All right, fine. We can move on.
I still missed it. Sorry, buddy. Okay, so are they...
Someone listening will get it. They'll be like, yeah, that's a thing. You'll all see.
Okay, so they're getting ready to play. Let's see here. So let's go over the lineups really quickly. Really similar. A lot of the big decks in the meta right now. We see Yuru with the Warlock Hunter Warrior and Slimsch with the Hunter Mage Warlock. Or sorry, Warrior. Last we saw Yuri bring the same lineup. He brought a aggressive hybrid hunter. He brought Patron Warrior and Handlock. So it looks like he's going to bring all the same back today. What do you guys think about their brings?
I think it's really important to note, especially for people that haven't played in the league long, that they're both playing really versatile classes. And so I have no doubt in my mind that like they each probably have 6, 7, 8, maybe even the full 9 decks made up of the 3 classes that they brought. And
aside from the one you know you're going to bring first,
yes,
I wouldn't be surprised if they have at least 3 of the other 2.
Yeah, well, and so it's going to be really interesting to see how they adjust to each other, because game 1 in a match between 2 players of these quality is just going to be the beginning.
Let's jump in. They've started. Both have Golden Warriors. It looks like we have Patron from both players. We haven't seen any Patron pieces from Slimsch, but I know he is. Oh, he brought Control Wear. I know he does like Patron. So this is pretty exciting stuff. So this is a matchup typically favored to the Control Warrior. However, it is very, very possible for patrons to get 50 or like 40 or 50 damage combos and just blow Control Warriors and all their armor out of the water. So this is really draw dependent. Neither player knows what it is yet. I think both are probably suspecting Patron. And I think it'll be a little bit of time until we really
I think that's a great move by Slimsch. A, just because he kind of has to, but B, because I would certainly expect that that's a patron or someone who's that aggressive to get their Deathbite out.
I think anytime in a Warrior versus Warrior mirror that you can limit an Acolyte to 1 draw, you just have to do it.
Right, and this is going to really make Yuri's next turn really awkward. Slimsch kept the Brawl, which I thought was really good. He kept actually every card except for Shield Block, so he was really happy with his opening hand. Yuri also kept a lot of his opening hand. Both players with really good hands. This ET is going to grab a lot of really good combo pieces. It's got... Actually, no, I take that back. It really is only a Patron.
Well, two Taskmasters.
Yeah, interesting to note, we were talking about Taskmaster as a fringe card earlier, and Yuru obviously values it because he's running 2 copies of it.
Right. Yeah. So here, if you're Slimsch, let's talk about this. But that's a great point. The double Taskmaster is kind of an odd tech card.
Well, when you're going up against when you know that Slimsch is bringing a hunter, I think it's fair because I think it does really a great job against.
Okay. Fair enough.
Against the Acolyte.
So Slimsch has a really tough decision here. Do you play the Acolyte and not attack? I mean, so you're going up against Harrison. Harrison is sometimes seen in Patron and seen always in Control Warrior. So I think Slimsch is worried this might be a Control Warrior, and if so, he doesn't want to lose his Deathbite. And that's why I think we're going to see him attack here. Yeah. If he knew this was Patron, I think he wouldn't have done that. And so that's a great example of why.
Well, I don't know if that's true either, because if he gets a Patron down and inner fires it, then
inner rage.
Or inner rage, sorry. Then
we also see the Dread
I guess he would need one more mana, but that your Deathbite can suddenly only help the Patron.
I think you just value drawing the card over not drawing the card.
Interestingly enough, we also see the Dread Crusader from Yuri. Again, this is another card that's kind of been phased out in a lot of Patron lists. I'm interested to see what he's cut, because we do see the Unstable goal. So there's got to be some sort of flexibility, and I'm wondering where it's coming from in Yuri's list.
Great pickup for triple draws off that Acolyte.
Yeah, Slimsch is going to be able to respond, kill this Acolyte, and keep his Armorsmith alive.
And pick up a couple.
He's going to get double Armorsmith value.
Yeah, this is great.
So this is going to work out great right up until next turn, when it looks like Yuri's probably going to ET, and then things are going to get awkward for Slimsch. He's kind of out of removal. Maybe he'll pick up 2. Something. Oh, there. Well, there you go. All right. Well, Slimsch is just.
The good news for Slimsch too is in this matchup Acolyte and Armorsmith as 1-health minions are really vulnerable to patrons not even needing combo pieces to really populate themselves. And he's able to get them out and get value out of them before patron's a big threat. So I think that's going to really help him down the line.
That's an excellent point. That it's just so important. And wow, we see it. Wow, a Gnomish Inventor. So just a lot of... okay, so ET is going to come down. It's a huge hand.
Do you not run Gnomish Inventor in yours?
I need to see Viriday's patron list after
these
comments.
I do run Gnomish, but I know that it was sort of a flex spot for Dread Corsairs.
Oh, okay.
So I was expecting him to cut those perhaps, but I don't know what to cut. Anyway, so this ET is going to give Slimsch an idea that this is indeed patron. ET is included in some control decks, but not very typical. Slimsch is probably really expecting it. So if you're Slimsch here, what's the play?
I think you just have to Shield Slam and armor up because you don't have anything to do after Shield Slam.
Right, and are you concerned about a massive combo now that ET?
That's a good point. You could trade both your Armorsmiths in and then execute.
That's actually what I was thinking.
I think I like that play. I also kind of like just throwing the BGH down as well at the end of this play because it's just...
Yeah, because you don't know what... BGH really isn't going to hit anything in this matchup unless somebody's running Gromosh too, but Gromosh was out of patron months ago.
I actually think this is a smart play because it draws out the combo and you're sitting on a brawl.
And then you brawl, yep.
Yeah, so he's now going to have his suspicions confirmed with this Gnomish Inventor drop, and he's really kind of lacking board presence to deal with these little minions, which is not a really comfortable spot. He's really going to want to look for a weapon pickup. Again, he can drop the Shield Maiden or perhaps Dr. Boom. Dr. Boom is always a liability, though, as Steve was saying so well, that, like, you know, you're dropping a lot of little creatures. That's only going to make Frothings and Patrons that much more dangerous.
And anytime you can get Patrons on the board without giving up your pieces for your Frothing late in the game against a deck like a Control Warrior, it's just so much value because you only have so many ways to kill somebody if he's going to be sitting at 30 to 40 health all game. And so not having to use your own cards to make a board full of Patrons is just fantastic.
Right. That's a great point. Yuri, we can see though that Yuri is lacking the War Songs and the Frothing. So this Dr. Boom is actually really good. I think
he's got a Battle Rage though that's going to do some work.
Yeah, he could. I mean, he could really go for it. But the thing is, the War Songs and the Frothings are really the most dangerous part of Patron. And without them being ET, their reduced costs, it's actually kind of rough for Yuri.
They're all 3 mana, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy combo to put that together, especially with this warrior going into the deep into the 50 and 60 health range. So we're going to see the first Grim Patron here. And without the War Song, it looks like, without the War Song or the Execute, it looks like this Dr. Boom is actually going to stay alive this turn. Yuri, I think, is just trying to hopefully draw out a brawl here and create a huge board. And as Dan said, he could also get a really nice Battle Rage here. And I think that's the plan. He also is going to create a ton of armor. Worth noting, Slimsch has a Armor Smith out there. If I'm Yuri, I probably would kill it. Or, with these boom bots going to be huge. Let's see what they hit here. And this is, we're seeing the rope and things are starting to come down to the bottle. Wow, one hits the Armor Smith, the other one in his face. That's really rough for Slimsch. And we see another Dread Corsair. Wow, and there's the Execute.
Wow, he still didn't find Frothing or a War Song Commander.
I wonder if he prematurely hero powered instead of executing. He drew both executes, and I don't know what you'd want to execute if not Dr. Boom here.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be feeling in a tight spot too, because he still has no way to kill Slimsch.
I'm of the opinion, and I play double brawl, but I'm of the opinion in this matchup, I hold him to brawl like it's the most important thing in the world.
I do too.
I think he can clear here pretty easily without brawl.
Definitely.
And I think that's probably the way to go. But it
brawl
looks like
needs to be your last resort in this matchup.
He may be trying to hold on to these shield slams. Maybe that's his plan. Killing that seems a little odd. Maybe going for the 1 extra armor, I guess. All right, so we see the Brawl come down. He's gonna have to shield slam and hero power, and it's just, yeah, that's pretty expected outcome. So Slimsch avoids the first patron onslaught, and the board is clear, and he's sitting at 46 health. Okay.
Oh, 46. Wow, that was bad.
And now Yuri's just gonna have to start waiting for war songs. He's gonna. So I don't know. I don't know if you saw this, Steve. Did you see when Trump got killed at 50-something health on an empty board?
I did not.
By RDU. Yeah. In the last week's ATLC game, Trump got killed on an empty board with Control Warrior at 50 health.
Wow. How?
Yeah,
it was frothings and
double frothings, and like, I mean, it was just a really incredible play. But that just shows you that, like, you're pretty much never safe. Like, ever.
Nerf, please.
Yeah. So wow, this is a really big pickup. This Fiery War Axe. I think Slimsch is going to want to cut down on this board. He's going to want to start battling. Yuri does have 10 cards left, and it's incredible how poorly he's drawn. He has none. He literally only has one patron. He has no frothings, no war songs. So Slimsch is probably a little more concerned than he really needs to be. But he's going to remove this board, and I would expect to see the Shield Maiden play.
Yep.
Yeah. So Yuri's just looking for anything. Still doesn't pick up a combo piece. He does have quite a few whirlwind effects in his hand. He has once
that war song shows up, he's got options.
Right, and I mean, he's going to put together a huge patron play. The problem is, I don't think he can afford to play. He can't afford to play patrons and another frothing. So he's going to be feeling a little bit of pressure. And so these kind of turns are really awkward because you want to be proactive. You want to continue to put Slimsch on his back feet, but
you can't.
Yeah, you just don't have the cards necessary. So we're going to see another patron play, and Slimsch is going to have a much harder time dealing with it. He's going to need some sort of top deck to really put this together. And Yuri is really going all in on the assumption he'll draw into some sort of combo play. And this could really pay off for Yuri, because Slimsch doesn't have the cards he needs here to really clean this up at all. So Yuri going all in, and we'll see if this gets repaid. Slimsch,
and this is why you hold on to Brawl like it's
right. Yep. This is why,
like it is life.
And I wonder if Slimsch just playing another one and just figured he would draw into it. But right now, this is a terrifying board. Frothings and whirlwinds can just quickly destroy that huge life totals. I think you have to dig here. Every other card except for perhaps Shield Maiden is dead. You could, I think I wouldn't play a card because you don't want to activate that unstable ghoul. Execute.
Yikes.
Nope.
Isn't helpful, and I just wouldn't play anything. He only has 2 cards, and you've got to hope that they're not frothings. Like, yeah. And Yuri, this is really, really tough for Slimsch because Slimsch isn't going to be able to kind of use his axe or interact with this board because you can't play anything to activate this unstable goal. So Yuri picks up the frothing, and this is going to really apply pressure to Slimsch.
Really just needs a freaking Warsong commander.
Well, at this point, he just needs a whirlwind. I mean, he just needs something to... and you're right, he's going to hold on to that frothing. But he did see the execute. Also worth noting, Slimsch could BGH it if he were to play it.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was. That's what I was thinking. Because you know, Control Warrior plays BGH.
Does not draw into anything, and this is getting really dicey.
Wow.
I think we're gonna see a Grom this turn, and I think he's gonna try to clean up some of this. I think I would try to remove this unstable goal whirlwind effect before, frothings show up.
I would totally agree.
What now? But you're trading. That's just rough because you're giving him 2 3/3s.
Yeah.
Right.
If you make him activate on his turn, at least he doesn't get to attack with it yet, unless he's got a war song. But then
war song and frothing is probably lethal, and because I mean, Yuri just did. He did what 5, 10.
15.
Yeah, 15 damage. You can't just sustain this turn over turn.
Right.
From Slimsch's perspective, and this is really a tough spot for Slimsch. He's gonna play the Shield Maiden. He's gonna try to sit it out one more turn, and that's that could. So we're gonna see this Unstable go off, and this Battle Rage. Well, ironically enough, after the Ghoul goes off, then a lot of its value is gone. So the Battle Rage. Yeah, so Yuri's
You have to draw into Warsong Commander before. Like, you can Battle Rage now. Because there's only 7 cards left, and 2 of them are Warsong Commander, so it's almost 50-50.
Let's see exactly how unlucky Yuri is.
It's about also, 31%.
He would go to fatigue and right off the
top. There she is.
And a Death Spite.
A Death Spite. Wow. So Yuri is going to
win.
This is not going to be quite lethal, but this is going to put a ton of pressure, and he already knows that Slimsch is lacking a way to remove.
There you go, he's making space for the...
Yep, you have to make room for patrons.
So Slimsch desperately needs a Brawl. A Brawl would absolutely steal this for him, but anything else next turn, aside from a Brawl and maybe a Baron Geddon, I think, yeah, it's going to be really, really tough for Slimsch to come back with. So Yuri, I assume, is going to get all this off before the rope goes off. I think he did get all his attacks off. Let's see how big. So this is not lethal, but it is putting Slimsch on a really, really small clock. Oh, did he not get all his attacks off?
No, he missed 1 patron, I think.
Oh, wait.
Oh, there it is.
So Slimsch needs Brawl or die here, and he doesn't get it. So that is...
It's going to be die.
Wow.
Game. There's no way, right? That is...
No, even
9,
you're just delaying the inevitable, I think.
GH you kill. Oh, he's not dead, but I think he is dead to the
11, 14, 17. Yeah.
He's
dead. He has no way to gain life.
He doesn't know it yet. So Slimsch drops what is actually a very favorable matchup for him, and now Control Warrior could find itself in a little bit of an awkward spot here.
I like it against Hunter.
Yeah. Although this, well, he had the shield blocks, but it's.
Yeah, I like it against Hunter.
I like a little faster list.
Yeah.
It has a bit more mid-range to it, and some cheaper stuff. Because, I mean, it's very possible to just get run down a little too fast.
Yeah, if he doesn't draw weapons or armor smith, like you need at least a weapon and an armor smith, or a weapon and a taskmaster or something, and then you feel pretty good about that matchup.
Right.
So Yuri takes game 1. Despite being unfavored, and that was a really tight game. I think it really has. I don't know what Slimsch has in his deck. I don't know if he runs double Brawl, but I mean, Yuri really is unlucky actually. I mean, he went down to the last 4 cards to find his War Songs, and he still didn't draw Frothing in his last 4. So Yuri was able to overcome that and still get the win. I think looking back on it, and it is easy to judge things in retrospect, but. Personally, I think you hold on to Brawl until you absolutely can't afford to not play it.
That is the difference.
Right. He had some really, really inefficient ways of removing those patrons with the shield block, the shield slams and whatnot. But anyway, so you're able to pull it out, and he's able to get his patron off the board, and more importantly, he's able to learn that Slimsch is playing Control Warrior and not patron. So Slimsch switches to Freeze Mage, which I've actually never seen. Play this, and Yuri switches to Handlock. So this is an interesting matchup. Slimsch has probably researched and knows that Yuri plays Handlock, from judging from last week, and he should expect that. This is a pretty decent hand for Slimsch. The Icebox really unwieldy, and a lot of times the Doomslayers don't land. Yuri, on the other hand, has an atrocious hand.
Yeah, that's really bad.
The good thing about Handlock is you draw a card, so he might draw some answers. Slimsch here needs to just... There's no reason to coin. You definitely don't want to coin anything here. The Acolyte of Pain is really good next turn, because it forces Handlock to kind of deal with it on their turn 4. So this ping is probably going to clue Yuri in that this is probably a freeze mage or a really bad.
Slimsch did do a good job of taking his time there, though.
Right, and that's
debating
the point. He may be trying to bamboozle a false read from Yuri. All right, so I like this play. This is a pretty advanced play for a freeze mage player. It's playing this on their turn 4. It interrupts their mojo. We know Yuri's hand is atrocious, so Yuri's happy to do something on his turn 4. And he's going to Dark Bomb this, which is pretty rough for Slimsch, but he's probably thinking, oh, well, at least he wasn't dropping a giant for pressure. The Arcane Intellect's a huge pickup. That's really, really good. Can he play it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yes, he can. 9. Drop 8. Oh, no, you'd have to coin.
You'd have to coin it.
I would be okay coining into Deep Guard, actually. I'd probably Ice Block, I guess. I Ice Block, and then coin ET next turn, I guess, is the play.
Sure. You gotta get the Ice Block down at some point, so why not when there's no
This is a really kind of a bad ET hand, though. It's got Sunburn. It's not a great
Fireball and an Ice Lance in it.
I think this is actually a really hard play here. There's a lot of validity to Arcane Intellecting into Doomsayer. If he gets a Mad Scientist, this will be a really, really good play.
Into Doomsayer?
Doomsayer, yep.
Just to prevent the drop?
Oh yeah, it's actually, it rarely gets value against Handlock, and putting it down on a turn where they have 10 cards and want to play, it's amazing. Okay, so, so he would have been really rewarded here, because Yuri would have had to throw a card away or probably play Hellfire or something. Anyway, Slimsch is now going to Nova Doomsayer, probably. You don't really want to coin ET now. Also, it's worth mentioning this is still a...
We used the coin last turn.
Oh, right. Right. So I do like how long Slimsch is taking on these turns. It's important to be planning out what you're doing. As a freeze mage, you want to be thinking about 2, 3, 4 turns ahead. So that's kind of why you want to play around. I like preemptive Doomsayers a lot against Druids and Handlocks. Also worth noting, against both those classes, they have so many silences, Doomsayers rarely go off. Now we do see Slimsch may get really lucky here and get this Doomsayer to drop if Yuri doesn't draw into something, and he doesn't. So
Yuri he can Shadow Flame.
Right, but Shadow Flame
I don't know if that's worth
pretty much nothing, except
against a freeze mage though, what else are they gonna drop?
Like Antonidas or something.
I guess, yeah.
And it's worth noting, I've had some high-level players play ET into Doomsayers against me, just for the effect. They don't really care about the body. I think it's a fair play, and I think Yuri's probably considering it. I think Shadow Plane is not really productive at all. I would probably even Hellfire over Shadow. No, I would probably just ET if I'm Yuri here, or consider maybe even just throwing away your Sludge Belcher. But Slimsch is extremely lucky there's no Owl. And Yuri taps for the Owl, and now he can't play ET, and he's just going to throw away this Protector. Yuri's hand is just so unwieldy, and this ET is going to have an enormous impact on it once it finally gets dropped. Funny that Yuri's going to kind of consider it. Anyway, alright, so Slimsch now is more burn. We see the Pyroblast. Pyroblast not always included in Freeze Mage, but it's okay. So Emperor's going to come down on an empty board, and Yuri will have to do whatever costs anything in his power to get rid of it. And I don't think he can. He has 10 cards, he can't tap. He has no way of killing this without a Dark Bomb. So he could Hellfire tap, but Yuri is... Oh man, leaving a freeze
Hellfire tap, he still wouldn't have the mana to Dark Bomb.
Right, so he has to drop his ET here, and this is... Yep, and that's
it's just kind of...
Yeah. You just can never leave a freeze mage with ET up. It's like, this is... Yuri's heart is sinking right now. Slimsch can't believe his luck. So if I'm Slimsch here, I'm definitely gonna just draw first and see what I get. But most likely you're gonna just want to fireball that. But I mean, you're gonna draw if he can draw into an Antonidas. That's enormous. 7, 12. Oh, he just missed lethal.
Did he really?
Yeah. I just counted. He had lethal. It's really unintuitive for a freeze mage to kind of smork that hard, but that was the frost bolts is 7 with the ice lance. That's 12.
Yep.
Oh, he's 1 off. Wait, was he 1 off? I may be wrong. He's 1 off. Wait, that's 12 plus 6.
6, 9,
plus 8. So he's 1 off. He's
13,
1 off.
18. Yeah, he was 1 off.
Regardless, he now has just tons of damage, and it's very discounted. So,
Oh my gosh.
well,
Yuri
is
Pyroblast, Frostbolt, Ice Lance.
He can do 17. Yeah, he can do.
The Frostbolt's
actually can do more damage with full fireballs.
That's 17.
You can do 23.
Yeah. So Yuri's.
Wow. Oh wait. Oh, it's on turn 8. Never mind.
I think
wow, we're not even to turn 10, and he's jeez.
We're gonna see a heal bot come from Yuri, so he'll pop up to. I think he's yeah, I think he wants to do Molten and then heal bot. I think he's wanted to consider what he wants to do with these ETs. He can't afford to leave Slimsch up for another turn. I guess Yuri will survive this turn. He'll go back up to 24. Or sorry, 22. Slimsch has 12 plus 7. So Slimsch doesn't quite have lethal. He does see a heal bot. And this is a little dicey for Slimsch because oh wait, that might be it. That's that okay, I think that's gotta be lethal. That's 14 plus 18 plus 5 is 23. Oh, he's
got it, and he sees it.
He sees it. So he was 1 off that one turn. He didn't actually miss lethal. So good on Slimsch for figuring it out. I think it was pretty well played by both players. Not much here to do. This is a really weird matchup because
well played.
Hemlock has so many rebounds with Draxus and the double heal bots. You have to be really careful about not just sort of throwing your burn down. That's a huge.
This is the same idea as the Jura from earlier. If you can do all your damage to the handlock in 1 turn,
you can just knock it out.
It's
right.
It's just gonna take it, yeah.
So Slimsch able to get his freeze mage a win. I like that bring, knowing he was freeze mage. Freeze mage is really pretty good against both warlocks, and it's extremely good against hunters. That was a good bring. So now he gets freeze mage out of the way. Slimsch now has his hunter and his warrior left, and Yuri has his handlock and his hunter. So, what do you guys think you're gonna bring if you're Slimsch here? Do you think he's gonna bring handlock back, or?
Slimsch doesn't have handlock.
No, I'm sorry. Yes,
no.
I'm sorry. So what do you think he's gonna bring, hunter or warrior?
I would probably bring hunter.
I'd probably bring a hybrid hunter list, yeah.
So I think, yeah, we'll see what they do. I think Slimsch, yeah, I actually was gonna say this. I think he's probably more comfortable in the control match-off. Although this is gonna be just.
Oh, this is a faster control list. Hey.
I'm surprised there's a Senjin. I'm surprised they brought this back with Senjin in it. Senjin is just so bad.
Good in this matchup.
And then look at Yuri's hand. Wow. So Yuri.
Oh boy. Well, you keep the execute.
The Taskmaster executes a great.
Oh, I think Slimsch will most likely keep all of these cards.
I would
the Senjin's fine, and he's rewarded with damage.
I hope I would never see Senjin again.
Yeah, and exactly. Hope you never see it. The cool Taskmasters are 1 is really good, 2 is not so good. And Yuri Brawl's a really good pickup. So Slimsch is picking up some really crucial things. If you're Slimsch, you really want to I think you want to start just getting armor. So either way, using the armor smith or just armoring is pretty good. Probably just throw the armor smith down.
I think I would just hero power.
Yeah, you'd hero power over armor smith.
Yeah.
I guess he's just trying to get as many hero powers in as possible.
And I don't know what armor smith, unless you're planning to use it for execute. I don't know what it's going to get you armor from, because handlock's just going to hero power anyway.
Well, there's the shield slam, which is a great pickup for Slimsch. The problem is he just doesn't really have the armor yet, and he's about to get hit by a turn 3 Twilight Drake.
Twilight Drake, yeah.
Oh, thank you. So
now you're forced to execute a Drake, and nobody ever likes to do that.
No one likes to do that.
Now the snowball is rolling.
Wow, well with a BGH pickup, I'm happy to execute it.
Oh, wow, yeah. I'm like a second and a half behind you.
Yeah, so we're going to see the Taskmaster execute, and now Slimsch has almost the ideal anti-handlock hand. He, I mean, obviously, the Armor Smith's a little dead, but the rest of this hand is really good.
The Armor Smith's not that dead with a Taskmaster around.
Pardon?
With the Taskmaster, the Armor Smith's not that dead.
Right, Armor Smith always wins brawls, so he's got a great 7-mana combo in his hand.
So Yuri going with the tap there, and he's just going to play this naked Sun Fury, which I guess Slimsch can get rid of with the Taskmaster if he picks up a weapon. Wow, Ysera. So, wow, Ysera is actually one of the hardest cards for a handlock to deal with. Without Siphon, and a lot of handlocks don't have Siphon. So, Slimsch here, I think we're going to see the Taskmaster come down. And the way he does this is he can get 1 extra armor if he Taskmasters
himself.
Right. So we'll see. I'm sure Slimsch is aware of this, and
then that puts him in hero power range of getting 8 next turn, so he can just not have to use the BGH.
Now, that being said, throwing away your second Taskmaster does really hurt because
from the Chromage perspective, yeah.
Oh wait.
Oh no! Don't do it, Slimsch.
One.
No.
Oh, I guess he's just not going to.
That makes sense. You save the card, and Armor Smith can clean it up.
Right, and that's what we were both saying. Like losing the Taskmaster really hurts as both an execute enabler and as a ROM enabler. So it's really bad to part ways. But losing that armor really hurts too.
Well, not really, because he gets it now anyway. You can just trade hero power Shield Slam.
So
or I think I would BGH because I want Shield Slam for Drakes.
I like PGHing here mostly because it also gives you tempo on this turn. You don't have anything else to do with Shield Slam. So BGH, you clear the board, BGH, and then you're gonna set up like a Shield Maiden Shield Slam will let you kill anything in the game. In future turns, and you've got a nice little, but still, it's there, board control. So Yuri's got a huge hand. And he's just staring at Slimsch with 10 cards. And there's a lot of options there.
10 good cards, yeah.
Really, really good cards. This Hellfire is an interesting one. What do we think of that?
I don't know when else you're going to get value out of it.
And I guess those cards already gave you... Those cards already gave you... They would have killed your Belcher. So I guess he just didn't want to throw away a Belcher.
Yeah.
So now he's got the same kind of issue, but can't Hellfire this. So I think we'll probably just see a Belcher, and this is a really, really good mid game for Slimsch picking up these double shield mains. That's just going to give him a lot of health. I think he's really going to want a weapon here. Like, just keep board control is just so huge. Acolyte of Pain, I guess you can draw, but then you lose your card. I think you will do that, yeah.
I think you have to give up the Taskmaster.
This is really going to set him up for a second Hellfire, and I think we'll probably see that. You just saw a Hellfire. You're probably not playing around a second one with 16 cards left. And just the fact that... Alright, so let's see. This is kind of a big draw. I think he's probably looking... Deathspite's pretty good.
Just a little late.
Just a little late, yeah. I agree. So this is really, really vulnerable to Hellfire. I think we'll definitely see a Hellfire. And Yuri's just looking for anything he can kind of play. He really can't do much at all. And the funny thing is he can't really tap either because his hand's full. He can't.
Is he at 10?
Yes, he's at 10. So
yeah, he's at 10
he hasn't tapped, even though he's had mana to do so the last 2 turns. So he's going to Mortal Coil, look for something. And maybe he will not Hellfire here. I just assume he would try to not let this Acolyte draw again. I think he wants to Mortal Coil. He's also trying to unclog his hand, which is fair. So what do you guys, would you Hellfire here? Dark Bomb, Mortal Coil?
I think I would definitely Hellfire.
Yeah, ditto.
Well, it looks like he's trying to...
Because I don't know what the Dark Bomb really accomplishes for you right there.
Wow, okay, so he's a little greedy, to be completely honest. And
oh, there he is playing 2 brawls. Okay, to defend the play last game.
Oh wow, so he drew kind of poorly last game. He is playing Double Brawl, and Double Brawl is really good against Handlock actually. Brawl can get some extremely good value. So if I'm Slimsch, this is really. I think I just play Ysera here. I think you just get it out. There's no threats on board. And there's really few. Wow.
You're not afraid of Siphon Soul?
Now I might Deathbite. Yeah, I think I still Ysera. Yeah. Because now, yeah, you could get like a Ysera Awakens, which is the best one in this case. Or another threat, which is good.
No, Drake's not bad either, yeah.
Ysera is just so annoying for Yuri. There's no response. And he's just gonna have to try to. Now he's just gonna have to try to play some big stuff. And the problem is he can't even. I guess he's gonna play something else. He has to play a Watcher here. Yeah, he's got a full hand. That Sylvanas will be challenging this Ysera though.
Has he Shadow Flamed yet? Or does he still have that?
He does still have the Shadow
Flame. Deep in that hand. He does?
I think it's in here.
No, I think he used it.
It's not in his hand.
Oh, he didn't use it though. I don't think
No,
he used it.
it's in his deck somewhere.
Or was that last turn? Or last game?
Ah, yeah, it must have been last game. Okay, so Slimsch now is going to be able to really take command of this board. He's going to be able to clear with a Shield Slam on the Twilight Drake, Emerald Drake, Deathbite, and kill with Ysera, and that's going to just really put the pressure on Yuri. And this is just a situation where Control Warrior gets really intimidated because they have such cheap removal, and I mean Ysera, anytime it's been down. I mean, the longer Ysera stays on the board, this is the most obvious. Oh, he's not going to clear with Deathbite, or even set up Deathbite. Oh, he gets Awakens. Wow, so that's an incredible.
Holy cow!
So, right away, Yuri is just gonna go for
Ysera.
And this is actually gonna matter. It's not gonna be lethal for
Yeah, Ysera Awakens is now not helpful.
And this is why. Well, this is
helpful,
why I wanted him to set up the Deathbite last turn, and I'm really surprised he didn't, because that would have been easy lethal. So now Slimsch.
It's a bit awkward.
I think I'd probably use Ysera Awakens, and
Ysera Awakens.
It doesn't kill.
Oh right,
kill the other Ysera.
Wow,
Yeah.
Really embarrassing. It's misplay of the year.
Yeah.
That would have been so awkward.
You just play your Belcher, right, and develop your Deathbite.
Yeah. Yep.
Or Shield Maiden, I guess.
Or Shield Maiden. I probably would Shield Maiden just
because she
to
trades
some
with
kind
it.
of threat to trade. Yeah, exactly.
For some reason, I thought Ysera was actually Sylvanas. So he does Belcher, and is he going to develop this Deathbite? I'm shocked. I think he's maybe scared of the Ooze.
Yeah, he has to be.
Something. And he's going to hit face. Or not. I'm really confused by these line of plays. What's kind of funny, though, is that...
It's just over my head.
Yuri can't tap, and Ysera is actively filling his hand, so he's actually kind of got a really cool hand.
Yeah, he's gonna dump cards.
So he's going to drop this Emerald Drake, and I think we'll probably see like an Argus come down, some sort of defensive play.
He's gonna need that. There's lethal without it.
Possibilities.
Right.
Yeah, Grom Ysera Awakens plays 15 damage.
Right, and then with the so he's gonna get defensive. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a brawl here. I think Slimsch is just trying to draw out Taunt Givers at this point. And the Emerald Drakes are not what Yuri wants. Yuri wants spells at this. He doesn't need any more big minions. He's got all the ones he could ask for. So
I agree. You definitely have to brawl here.
Well, he may block first and see what he draws, because after you brawl, there's not a really good follow-up play. And honestly, actually, there's quite a few minions you really don't want living. In fact, there's really the only one you really want living left is interesting. So I guess he'll Death.
I like that. Yeah, he can Death Spider if he needs to.
And Ysera survives, which is actually really good. Just I was about to say that. Like, he can easily kill it and not take a lot of damage. Again, he's not going to have lethal set up, which is just... and he's kind of out of removal, too. So, Yuri's seen the brawl, and so now I think Yuri might go for a more aggressive play. Yuri also has no more taunt... Oh, he has a touch mode, but he's no more taunt givers, so... Slimsch may be able to really push for lethal here now.
Yep.
I think I would just Shield Maiden and
Death Spite
face, right?
Yep.
Boom's not bad either.
I guess the boom bots are threatening lethal as well. He's only 2 off as it stands. Yuri has no Shadow Flame, so this is actually really kind of awkward. And I think he's digging for it. And he misses on his first. Oh, and that's lethal.
Oh no!
That was a huge boom bot. That was exactly what Slimsch needed. So Yuri is
at this point. I think you have to tap.
I think Yuri is considering potentially using maybe using Jiraxis, or he could do this and put down the Belcher and play around Ysera Awakens, and he is going to do that. So
very good play.
Very handsome play by Yuri, and Slimsch still unable to find lethal here, and he hasn't seen any Molten Giants. So with 7 cards left, you've got to start really considering that, you know, like Ysera's Awakens would be just really tough. So I actually Death Spite here, even if it gets oozed, isn't bad. So I think, yeah, we'll see the Death Spite, and then probably just the Shield Maiden to curve it out. I don't know, like I think I would just drop her. He may also just play the Senjin in Hero Power because I don't predict Slimsch well at all. I don't understand. I've kind of given up trying.
He's just over our heads.
So Yuri's going to need a really big top deck. He does have, I believe he has at least 1 more Taunt Giver. Oh, the Heal Bot.
Oh, Heal Bot is huge.
It's enormous. So we're going to see a Molten Heal Bot here, and now Slimsch is going to have to restart from scratch. And he can't even do like any sort of fancy re-equipping of a weapon. So Yuri's gonna bounce up to 21, and he's gonna have full board control. I think he's considering removing this armor. Or
Shield Maiden, you mean? Or the armor?
Yeah, he'll probably just trade. I mean, he's got a lot, and now Slimsch is just gonna have to brawl again. So let's see. If he trades here, he almost out of time. I think if he trades here, he's playing into brawl a little bit. Like I think Slimsch is just gonna brawl anyway. All right, so let's see here. I think this is a pretty straightforward.
I think you brawl and see where it takes you.
Yeah, you don't want to hit the Belcher.
Right.
That's for sure. I think if the Molten survives, which is the worst case scenario, you just hit face and then execute. Or I guess you'd hit the Belcher Remains and execute the Molten and play Senjin. You're gonna want to reapply another Death Spite though, to try to.
If the Belcher Remains, it's pretty awkward.
Yeah, I mean, then you just hit it, I guess. It is definitely really awkward. The Belcher remains. All right, so let's do this brawl. Best case scenario for Slimsch here is the heal bot. Worst case scenario is the Molten. And it's kind of down the middle.
That's doable.
Yeah. In fact, I might not even execute that. I'd probably just...
You have a User Awakens coming.
Right, and I mean, I think you... Alright, so how much damage is this now? This is 7 plus 15. So that's
19.
22.
You can do 19 to the face.
Okay.
So he's got to get around the ooze.
Oh, right. He can't use Sarah's Awakens with the Senjin on
board.
With
the Senjin, right.
And I just want to say, Yuri passed up on playing Jiraxis with an empty board at 15 health, which I think is like really, really incredible. He's playing around Ysera's Awakens, which I think is just a really, really incredible job by Yuri. Slimsch is running low on options. Let's look at the fatigue situation here. Yuri is at 4 cards remaining, and Slimsch is 8. So Yuri's got to start considering it. I do believe he still has a heal bot. Not really sure what else. I think Yuri might... I forget what else he's... It's hard to keep track. We've seen so many handlocks tonight. So Slimsch is going to... It looks like trade in. I would really be surprised if we don't see a whirlwind effect go off here.
Speak to me.
And he's going to use his face.
Interesting.
I think I like this play. I probably would just try to get some damage in with my Senjin, to be completely honest. Or I'm sorry, I just try to get some face damage in. That's if I'm Slimsch. He's gonna play. Yeah, he's gonna finally hit face with that death play, and I think that's gonna be pretty good. So he picks up Sludge Belcher, which is a pretty good pickup. It's gonna really just add more to this board, and I don't think Yuri plays. And you've seen 1 Hellfire. He has 2 Hellfires next. I don't think he plays a double Shadow Flame deck if he has the 2 Hellfires. So Yuri, I think we can expect a full board clear and a heal. I think Yuri's gonna continue to play around Ysera's Awakens here. Is there any way he could do it with getting the Molten down? But I don't think there is. The Hellfire one.
No.
6. Alright, so we see the Dark Bomb taking out the front, taking out Senjin. We'll see this Emerald Druid take out Belcher, and then I think we're gonna see, oh, right, an Owl. That's a great play. That's gonna help clear this board for Yuri, and then this heal is gonna be enormous. Sylvanas is a pretty big pickup, and at some
great
point,
pickup.
Yuri combos so well.
With Ysera Awakens, yeah.
Wow.
That's a big deal.
Well,
That's a huge deal.
To do 10 damage if played here. It's an enormous deal.
You know you're not going to die. I think you have to do that.
And he's already played both heal bots.
You're assuming, how's he going to heal or taunt?
I mean, the question is it really bad to just play Grom with Ysera's Awakens here and put him to 10?
Yeah?
Yes, when you have Alex in your hand.
Yeah, when you can do that 10 beforehand.
Because Alex sets up a lethal that, if you're Slimsch, you're probably 80% sure that you have lethal the next turn because you've seen 2 heal bots and you've seen 3 taunt givers.
Have we seen 3 taunt givers?
Yes.
Alright. Alright, so Slimsch is going to go with this offensive Alex, and this is definitely going to put a lot of pressure on Yuri. He cannot find a way, and that's definitely not it. He's going to be able to draw. Yeah, he's going to be able to draw with this Mortal Coil, but he'll only have 1 card left. And I mean, if I'm Yuri at this point, I know what I have in my deck. So I would just, I mean, he may just play. Oh, he's looking for that last card. It's an Owl, and he's gonna have to tap. I don't know what that last card is, but Yuri wants it.
It's gonna be a taunt giver, and I'm gonna feel dumb.
Yeah, I've lost track. I mean, we've seen Oh, I don't think he's gonna have. Oh, that's game. So Yuri
Even
played
if he
that.
had the taunt giver, though, you can just Sylvanas these Sarah Awakens.
Right. So Yuri played that perfectly. I think he knew. I mean, he played that so well.
Yeah.
And Slim played really patiently. I would say that not developing the Despite like 10 turns ago, he could have had lead for next turn, was probably, yeah, I mean, we can see both hands, so it's easy for me to call that, but I probably would have tried to be a little more aggressive with it. Slimsch plays the waiting game and gets rewarded, so Slimsch is actually climbing up to a 2-1 lead now, getting his control warrior out of the way.
Now he has Hunter left against Warlock and Warrior.
Yuri goes back to
the handlock.
So he's really not wanting Hunter.
Slimsch is definitely playing hybrid with the explosive trap and Glaive Zuka showing up with the Shredder.
So odd. You don't often see explosive trap in hybrid though. It's usually freezing. So that's an odd play. I guess he's playing around. I guess he's teched it for the Hunter.
He could also be playing 1 explosive, 2 freezing. We don't know yet.
So he trades that.
Well, probably not.
Probably not.
And we saw Yuri play extraordinarily well against Suavet last week in this exact same matchup. Yuri played the handlock extremely well and was able to easily win.
Double Mortal Coil, pretty solid opening hand.
It's extremely solid, and the question is he going to have a good response to this Knife Juggler, or will Slimsch try to be a little more conservative with the juggler? Nope, he goes straight down with it. And now Yuri's really hoping to find a Dark Bomb. He doesn't, and now it's really awkward. Sun Fury is a good response. Double Knife Juggler is a better.
I think I play Explosive Trap here to make him think it's freezing. I don't know if you guys agree with that.
Well, I find Explosives is a weird choice for going against handlock, but I guess obviously it's not guaranteed he's going against handlock.
I think he was more concerned about the Hunter Mirror. It's a really good tech card against Hunter.
I just more so mean you play it here to make your opponent, because if you're YuruYuri, you're assuming that that's a freezing. I don't know if that affects the way he would play his next turn.
Wow. So he doesn't play the trap, and Yuri's going to be able to kill this entire board, and I think he's probably going to hold off on he might not mortal this turn. Yeah, so he's going to play the Twilight Drake. Or he's considering. I think I mean, it gets really, really, really countered by an owl. This is a really, really tough play. I kind of like Mortal Coiling a little more.
Yeah, I agree.
Because this plays into Freezing Trap, and I think that Slimsch may actually be able to bamboozle him right here by playing the trap. Yep. So Slimsch, I would expect a Knife Juggler and then Trap to come down. And if you play it really confidently, Yuri might just get fooled. So the Knife Juggler doesn't come down, and so I wonder why Slimsch. I guess he's maybe holding.
Try to get value out of hands.
Right. So let's see what Yuri does here. He's gonna watch her, and the question is he gonna play? He also worth noting. Yuri has double Molten, so he has a crazy amount of reboundability. The question is he going to survive? Even with this heal bot, it could get awkward because he doesn't. Oh wow, double heal bot.
There's the other heal bot.
Yeah,
that's going to be fine.
So Yuri wants.
He's going to be fine.
He wants this, assuming this is a freezing trap, he wants to rebound the anti-heal bot. So do you think Slimsch is going to continue to play the ruse that this is a freezing and kill the heal bot?
Oh, man, I don't know.
I think so.
You just don't have damage.
I think right now Slimsch is just kind of hoping to sit on a prayer. The other thing is he could do Juggler and Leash, and that could kill the heal bot really easily. And then
that's
he actually might be able to clear the board. Well, leaving the Watcher. And then we'll probably end up seeing a...
Nice.
Well, so this is going to be a...
There you go.
Now, does he clear it? Watch it. He saw 2 mortal coils. I am surprised he doesn't clear it. So if I'm Yuri here, I just charge in. The problem is he won't. He absolutely will not at this point because he knows. I mean, you have to make sure you kill the juggler if you're trying to play around Snake Trap. Wow, that's a fearless stat. That is fearless. I guess, yeah, just attack the Lotheb. I guess what I'd do is I'd Hellfire and then attack the Lotheb.
Well played.
And now he realizes he's been bamboozled. So this is now that the gig is up for Slimsch, it's time to sprint.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, these Moltens are going to threaten so much damage. So Slimsch
has no burn left in his hand. He's
he
up
also
against
has
the wall.
not used any yet either. So he could.
There's a lot left in that deck.
Yeah, but once that heal bot comes down.
Well, so yeah, Yuri's going to be able to drop Molten and a heal bot here.
Yeah, I don't know if I guess as the hunter you always need to be doing damage, but that he couldn't have gotten both Moltens down otherwise.
So now if I'm Yuri, you just is he considering Hellfire? You'd have to be a crazy man to Hellfire. Put yourself at 9 health.
Considering Dr. Boom. I like it.
Oh
Because Slimsch has so few cards that the chances of him killing you are just so low.
Does Slimsch have lethal? 7,
2, 4,
9.
No.
He's 3 off. So Slimsch, I think, is going to go for it here because
he gets an extra 2 off the explosive.
Yep.
Right. He could with the explosive trap. Yuri's effectively at 1 health.
But that second heal bot's gonna cause some serious problems.
The question is, Slimsch is gonna go for the full-on lethal. I think.
He's gonna rely on Yuri to play into it. Yeah.
Wow.
But if you're Yuru and you know he doesn't, like he held that card, you know it's burn. So.
Jiraxis is huge.
Yes, it is.
Well, so Yuri doesn't know if this is misdirection yet either. It's worth noting. So attacking in with this is actually really funny. If this was if Yuri was playing against who is that? Neo Seraph.
Yeah, Neo Seraph.
He'd be pretty sad right now.
Hits face and he loses.
All right, so he's back at the 14. Slimsch is sad, and that Jiraxis is enormous because Slimsch now. Oh, Slimsch is just super dead.
Yep.
Yep. This is done.
I was like, Slimsch is not going to be able to...
26 damage on board.
Yeah, I think... So Yuri really showing a lot of aptitude in this matchup. Holding off on the zombie chow. Not giving any Slimsch any outs. Yeah, so that's pretty incredible. Unless Slimsch has got a misdirect up his sleeve and can just run the scientist into the heal bot. I guess he doesn't want to show any more traps. I guess I just concede if I'm Slimsch here then. You don't want to show any more traps.
Oh, he played it.
He did play it, and so now if you're Yuri...
Just Jiraxis and then
you just run the heal bot in, it's impossible to lose. Again, not playing around misdirection at all.
You face Jiraxis, Eladar Lord of the Burning Legion.
So Yuri's gonna see the second trap is an explosive. And so if I'm Yuri, I would pop this scientist. I would really try to dig for more information. You're about to play this again. So hit. Alright. Well, so Yuri's able to push it to game 5. This is a pretty incredible matchup.
So we have Hunter against...
Hunter.
Oh, wow, Hunter Mirror.
The mirror matchup. And
last game of the night. Let's go.
Last game of the night. All in honor of
This is a dream come true.
Oh, yeah.
For casting.
First time I get to cast, and last game of the night's a Hunter Mirror. I love it.
Double golden.
Oh, and they're both golden. Yes.
By the way, I think every single class both of them I brought tonight have been golden.
I would expect nothing less.
Yeah, so this is a crazy matchup. Just from seeing what we saw from Slimsch, I'd say he's heavily favored. I think the explosive traps are just much better.
Yep.
Also, looking at this hand, Yuri is a terrible hand, and Slimsch has an incredible hand. So
the faster Hunter in the mirror is always favored. That's just the way it goes.
I agree. Yuri probably knows he's in really big trouble not to have.
Has Yuri already brought his Hunter?
No, this is the first time he's brought it.
Interesting choice.
Yeah,
given that he's seen Slimsch's.
Maybe he's running double Houndmaster? No. Because maybe he doesn't have any other Hunter decks built. I don't know. Because you're definitely right. You would think he'd want to go into a face mirror.
Right.
I mean, no one ever wants to go into a face mirror, but
that's true.
this is a matchup where
just play craps instead.
Is just the game, and so having this Glaivezooka here is huge for Slimsch. He's going to be able to trade with the little minions while maintaining a big board. He would get punished rather.
If it was explosive. Oh, he's just gonna go face.
Oh, he's just gonna proc it after.
The pre-attack is pretty smart, and this trap is freezing. So it looks like Yuri's got freezing traps, and those are going to be less effective here. Although that's
Misha's actually really important.
Yeah, and abusive's just as good. Slimsch has so many options here. He doesn't know what the trap is.
I think he'd try with the first abusive, and then just play him back down.
I like juggling.
Or you could juggle. You could juggle.
I think Slimsch has just got such a huge. I mean, like this matchup is so tenuous that it's pretty much. I mean, I would give Slimsch like probably around an 80 to 90% chance of winning right now.
Yep.
Turn 3. It's so hard to come back.
It's arguably over. Yeah.
Yep. Animal Companion seems odd though. And
he rolled what he needed.
That was the only one. He took a 33% chance, and he got it.
Full Huffer.
Huffer wouldn't have been that good though.
No, you would have rather abusive.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree, but it would have.
And he saves the weapon charge, which is interesting.
It is interesting. He's up 5 health, which is enormous. I mean, he's just so far ahead at this point. That's a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah. So you just want a knife juggler and then abusive, I think. And then you hope that your juggle hits the gnome, and if it doesn't, you probably hit the gnome with your face.
Knowing Slimsch, I could totally see him playing, like, the piloted here and just trading both in without playing the other two. Because it's pretty, like, the juggler gets killed for free by the, Oh, but you have the Glaivezooka, so you can kill it.
Yeah,
okay.
you just make sure that gnome dies.
You have to do that. If you don't do that, he could play a freezing trap and really wreck your piloted. Although, I was listening to an analysis in ATLC about this kind of mirror match, and they were saying that like it's really important to get the shredder out of the way early, like get it on board early.
Oh yeah, as soon as if you have an opening for it, you want to play it. But
so I
don't think in this situation you do.
So
why is it so important to get it done early?
Because it's so slow.
Yeah.
He's gonna get punished really hard, and that's
how I feel. If you're in Yuru's position and you have piloted shredder, you want to get it down if you can squeeze it in. But for Slimsch, I just don't see it. Because now it's going to get freezing trap. You just gave your lead away.
This gave Slimsch a huge... this is gave Yuri a huge chance to come back now. Unleash could... but he didn't draw it. So now Slimsch is really, really going to have to try to make up for that. And this is going to be really difficult because you don't really want to proc the bow. But you can't afford to kind of sit and lose an entire turn. So I think he's going to Unleash an abusive, but not attack. Right?
Juggle? You mean juggle?
I really hope the juggler... I'm sorry, yes. Juggler and abusive. If this juggle misses, that's enormous, though. Because it does...
Good for you, Slimsch.
So, Slimsch with the talent. Oh, but the explosive trap pickup.
Oh, my.
That's enormous.
So, you explode... Yeah, quick shot that, and then explosive trap. Oh, bummer.
Freezing came down first though, so he can select someone to get sent back.
Yeah. And he'll pick
that is giving a lot of bow charge.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Unleash, but not. It's one turn too late. If Unleash had come last turn, it would have been huge.
Yeah, with Unleash, I think I would take the Sergeant back like he's going to do.
Slimsch may be misplaying here. I'd probably send the Juggler in first.
I would send the Sergeant just because it combos with Unleash so well.
Okay, fair enough.
Your Juggler's going to cost 4.
Right. Well, that's a lot of
play now to get both of the Sergeants down.
So Yuri.
Yeah, I would Glaive Zuka and then Sergeant.
You want to Glaive Zuka first? Oh, he's just going to go full damage. Right. So this point
it's a good plan, but if your opponent has Unleash, you just lose.
And
he
doesn't, though.
Well, so at this point, he can just kill him next turn, right? 5 damage here, 10 damage, 2, 14... So right now...
Oh no, don't play the owl.
He needs to top deck 2
No!
damage.
Oh, he's just going to play it this turn. Okay.
He needs to top deck 2 damage next turn for the win. Slimsch could get a win here easily with that top deck.
Oh, yep.
So
you want to Glaive Zuka Companion Hero Power and hope the Companion rolls a Huffer Leox, not the end of the world.
To my side.
There it is.
There it is.
That
wow.
will do it. Yep.
Skill.
Well
so Slimsch able to...
And he even misplayed by not Glaive Zuka-ing first.
Well, I think he figured he was just dead if he didn't get it. So Slimsch able to pull out the tightest of victories against Yuri. A really, really well played game by both of them. It came down